you're listening to a DJ, you may have noticed them mixing records together to create something new. Now, one of the few things that about DJing is the technology used to do this may seem overwhelming to the average person. Just looking at this. Now this is the Traktor Kontrol S4, and it has become one of the industry standards in the realm of digital DJing. Now, I myself am a DJ. I've been DJing for about 3 years now. I've done lots of parties and everything. It's wonderful, and it's my favorite thing to do. We will be looking at the S4 as the component of a hardware solution for software which is on the computer, and we'll also be looking at some of the few functions of the S4 itself. Alright, first of all, the Traktor Kontrol S4 is a hardware solution for a computer, because all the mixing and all the processing that happens in the computer, this is merely an extension of the computer, and it's more expressive for DJing, I found, when you have actual physical knobs and stuff you can actually move around versus trying to do it with a computer mouse. It's just a lot easier to do. Also, one thing about this is there's a built-in sound card, which means you can plug it into a system. According to Native Instruments, it's a 24-bit sound card, which is a pretty nice one. Next, last bit about this is that this thing is powered off of the USB, so the computer is required to use this. Alright, now that we've talked about that, we're going to be showing you some of the basic functions of this S4. Now, first of all, we're going to start off, this can be divided into two different sections. You have the mixer section in the middle, and then on the two sides you have what's called the transport section. Now, the music mostly starts from the transport section where the record plays, and you have, down at the bottom, we have the basic play button. So if we press play, you can hear it play. Right next to that is what's called the cue button. And what this is, it's kind of like a temporary play button, and if you hold it, it starts playing from a point, and it just repeats. Next to this, we have the pitch fader, and these are very important when you're DJing, as you need to be able to speed up or slow down the record. So as you can hear, it's getting faster when you push it that way. You push it down, it slows down the beat. Now that's important. And then also, above that, we have the jog wheel, and it's kind of like a turntable except for the fact that it doesn't move, so you could use it to scratch with, or when the track is playing, if you hold down on it you can stop the track, or you can nudge it forward or pull it back just a little bit to adjust the tempo. Now that we've covered the transport section, we're going to be looking at the mixer section, and this is where it gets fun. This is where all the magic happens. This is the heart of the whole system. First off, we're going to look at the EQ, and how the EQ works is it separates the sound signal coming from the computer into 3 separate channels. The top is typically between 20,000 hertz to 3,000 hertz. There's the mids, it's typically between 3,000 hertz and 250 hertz, and the lows are between typically 20 to 250 hertz, is what you can obviously hear. So just to get an idea of what the highs sound like, it's just all the high noises, then the mids, and then the lows, which you can't really hear, but they're playing. Below that, we have these line faders, or what they're called, up faders also. And what these do, they're basically just an indicator of the volume. Like if they're all the way up, then the volume plays, and you can adjust the volume set like so. And each one of these goes with each channel. So in the software, you could have 4 different songs playing, and each one of these represents a track playing. Now below this, you have what's called the crossfader, and this is a special type of fader. And typically, it's used for scratching. You can use it to cut, but how it works is you could divide this whole thing in half, and if you have it on this side, these two are playing, or these two are playing on that side. It's pretty simple. Last bit about this S4, it has some fun little effects units already pre-installed in it. Now, here's just an example of some effects. This is a delay effect. It's a bit like an echo. This one is called a reverb. It makes it sound like there's a room. And then last we have a flanger, which you may have heard before. Also, we have these filter knobs. So if it's on this side of the filter, then it just lets the high noises through, or the low noises on the other side. So now that we've looked at that, you have a general idea of what the S4 is and how DJs kind of use some of this stuff to mix the stuff. and it's also a very good way to control software. So next time you're out at the club or at a party and you see a DJ using a digital setup with a computer, you most likely will. You'll kind of have an idea of what they're doing. Thank you.